Right, welcome back to this week's episode of Whizbit's Random Gaming, and this week I'm making my way down to Edgeware. Now, I've never been to this CEX, so I had no idea what was in store. Now, when I got there, it looked very, very small, almost upon the same sort of size that another small branch that I go to fairly regularly in Whitechapel is, but when I got there, despite the size, we're not going to judge it on that. We're going to have a look at the content inside and see how it holds up. So looking in the window here straight away, not bad. Some good stuff here. You definitely don't see that control pad too often, do you? I mean, straight away you can see a copy of Drum and Fun there for the Switch. Don't ask me to try and pronounce the proper name for that game. I'm not going to try. I'll only butcher it. Anyway, let's head on inside and see what they've got on offer. Now, just like every other standard CEX, you're going to have this area of the shop, the glass cabinets covered with your consoles, your PS4s, your PS5s, control pads and stuff like that. Now, it's always good to look here, even though you do get the same sort of stuff in each of the shops that you visit. You'll always find a couple of little gems there, like that camouflage control pad. The Wii really didn't get released in that many colours, did it, considering how many it sold. I actually like the blue one, but it just wouldn't go with anything that I have at home. I like to keep some sort of order within my consoles, black or white. I mean, my Evercade Atomic Edition stands out like a sore thumb. Now, just earlier there, you would have seen that Nintendo DS, the Yoshi Edition. It's a really, really nice one, that one. And I really like that Game Boy as well. And then you've got the OG one there. I keep saying I'm going to buy an OG one, but my partner at home, she says she's still got one at her parents' house. She never can find it though, but I still don't buy one in the hope she'll find it. Not a bad selection of GameCube stuff there today. I'm quite interested in that Godzilla game. However, the reason I didn't pick that one up today is it had no manual. And if I'm going to be paying £22 for a game, then I'm going to want it with manual, unless it is very, very rare. Now, as per normal, hardly anything on the Nintendo Wii U, and most definitely nothing of note, nothing that I don't already own, unfortunately. It's a very small branch, as I say, so there isn't a great deal of games for each system, in all honesty. Not like where if you go to something like the Woolwich branch or maybe the Wembley branch, where they've just got stacks and stacks going across the shop. However, that doesn't mean that there isn't going to be some gems in there. As you can see here, Tatsunoko versus Capcom, and the price has dropped on this one. I paid $25 for this not too long ago. It's now down at £22, and it is absolutely great fun. Highly recommend that game. As I do with this game, you can see here, Atari Mania, £15 on the Nintendo Switch. Absolutely great game. And Bluey, just go away. Everywhere you go, there is multiple Blueys. Now, there's a game I'm looking for. I don't know if I'm going to pick that one up today. The Disney's Illusion Island, I think it is, or Mystery Island. Yeah, that's it, Mystery Island. I do like my platformers, and I'm always interested in the Disney type games. They have had some brilliant platforms over the years when you think about it. Yeah, there's a lot of dud ones out there, but you know, definitely I'd say more quality games than there have been duffers. Street Fighter there, hiding behind someone coming back for that or something. Now, the biggest row of any sort of game that they had in here today in Edgeware was most definitely the PlayStation 2. Now I'm still very undecided on Futurama. Have any of you got this game, and can any of you vouch for it in terms of it being a very good or playable game? I'm kind of at that stage now where I'm not just buying games because they're rare or because they're uncommon. I'm happy to do that. It's always nice to have something like that in the collection. However, I would like to be able to put it on as well and get some enjoyment out of it and not just have it as a display piece. Now, I was going to pick this one up today. I only own the first Onimishra currently. Unfortunately, if you look at the spine on that one, it was very, very yellow. I'm not sure if it's shining through on the video, but yeah, I wasn't going to pick that up. It's a fairly common game, and I'm sure I'll find it out and about. You've got the Steelbook of Resident Evil 4 there. I traded that in a couple of years ago when I was getting out of collecting, and yeah, I think I purchased it around the time beforehand for like maybe £6. Definitely a regret on that one. I've since repurchased Resident Evil 4 in its normal format, and I would repurchase the Steelbook if I saw it at the right price. Now, for a small branch, quite surprisingly, there was a fair few PSP titles. I'm sure if you scan through that little bit of footage that I managed to obtain there, you're probably going to see a lot of UMD movies in there as well. But just to see something on display for the PSP, always a bonus. Now, a fairly generic lineup with the Xbox One and Series games here today. Nothing that took my fancy, nothing that I haven't already got that I want in the collection. But one thing I've found with the Xbox, I've said it time and time again, the content, the titles, they're cheaper primarily than your PlayStation stuff, so it's always worth digging. You might find a game that you wanted on the PlayStation, seeing it at a slightly cheaper price, in some cases a significantly cheaper price, and if you've got both, you might as well pick it up on the cheaper system. Why not? Now, as I said earlier, it's a pretty small shop, the Edgeware branch. Got some decent 360 stuff in here. Most notably, you've got a copy of Ninja Blade there. You don't see that one too often. Got to send a shout out to Jo over at Super Smash Gaming YT. She hooked me up with a copy of that one. Many thanks, Jo. Not too much stuff on the OG Xbox either. Couple of games, but very generic and nothing that stood out to me on the day. Now, for a system that I really didn't fall in love with upon its release, and I haven't got a great deal of nostalgia for, I'm really enjoying collecting for the PlayStation 3 right now. It's something I've developed a fondness of very late in its lifespan. I was always the 360 guy. That was all down to the PlayStation taking an extra year to be released. I wanted something there and then. I went in with a 360 and I wasn't disappointed, and I don't regret it. But it's nice to pick up some of these titles that I really ignored and didn't get a chance to play on the PlayStation during its initial run. Now, something that you didn't see on camera as I was walking away from the PlayStation 3 section, very nice copy of one of the Spider-Man games. Now, those Spider-Man games, they're getting very expensive. At one point I opted to stay away from them. I said, no, I'm not going there. I don't understand why people are collecting these. But for some reason I'm starting to change my mind on that one. And yeah, I'm definitely debating picking up the game that I saw earlier today. My one concern with that is that I might be stepping into a rabbit hole there and want to collect each and every one of those Spider-Man games. They're getting very expensive. Now, speaking of Spider-Man, you've got the two fantastic titles on the PS4 there, which we all know are also available on the PS5. Both of those games are brilliant, already got them in the collection. Still haven't finished Miles Morales. Should put some more time into that really. I finished the first one and thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, this is one I'm thinking of picking up, the Yakuza Collection Remastered on the PS4. So as I'm walking around filming the PS5 section, I can assure you I have got the Yakuza Collection in my hand. Although I've got fairly limited vouchers on the day, so it's going to be dependent on what I see between here and the time I get to the counter on whether or not I buy it. Right, anyway, I did happen to pick up that Spider-Man game today on the PS3. The Amazing Spider-Man, absolutely really clean copy. Got the manual inside and everything. Like I say, I'm quite worried that I'm going to go down that rabbit hole now where I'm going to be picking up all of these titles. Web of Shadows, I'm looking at you, you're quite expensive, and I think that's going to be quite painful. So with the vouchers I had today, it was then a straight shootout between the Yakuza Collection or this Disney Illusion Island. I ended up going with the Illusion Island, and the reason for that is I enjoy collecting for the Switch and I'm always looking to increase the collection. But not only that, I've got a number of the Yakuza games already on multiple systems, and although I would like the PS4 version, it's probably just going to be myself playing games that I've already got in some way or another. This game, however, I don't own in any way, shape or form, so that's why I chose Illusion Island today. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. That was Edgware CEX, a pretty small branch, but good content inside, friendly staff, really clean in there. Will I be going back? I wouldn't rule it out. It's quite far away from where I live, but it's definitely a shop I wouldn't mind going back to, specifically if I see on the CEX app that they have got a couple of games in store that I am after. In that case, I don't think it would be a wasted journey making my way back. Anyway guys, as always, thank you for watching. If you do happen to like the content, please take the time to subscribe, give us a like, share the video, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys on the next video.